Hey guys, how are you doing? Today in this video we are going to talk about Nobel Prize in Physics 2024 which was awarded to Professor Geoffrey Hinton and John Hopfield for artificial intelligence and precisely speaking foundational discoveries and invention that enable machine learning with artificial neural network. तो आज की वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे what is natural and artificial neurons. So neural networks are basically two types. First is so let me find out the pen first. First type is called natural, right? And another is basically artificial. Okay, तो जो सबसे पहले हम नेचुरल की बात करेंगे, नेचुरल न्यूरल नेटवर्क इज बेसिकली बेस्ड ऑन न्यूरॉन्स. न्यूरॉन्स आर लिविंग सेल्स, दे आर पार्ट ऑफ नर्वस सिस्टम्स and brain like circuitry. As there is brain like circuitry, right? Brain like circuitry is there. Brain like circuitry is there in ANN is short for artificial neural network, right? So once we understand what is the circuitry in brains, we can understand artificial neural network. So here are neurons. Neurons are basically functional and they are structural unit of neurons nervous system. So neurons are like this. This is neuron. There is one long process. This long process is called basically axon. So let me tell you, this long process in neuron is called axons. Okay, these are branches, and if you know little bit more about them, so there is this, this is the basic structure. This is called myelin sheath. In between myelin sheath, unmyelated area is called nodes of Ronbier, right? So basic structure. So everybody must have done it in your class 10th level NCERT. Basically this is cell body of neuron. This long process is called axon. So this is called axon. This is axon terminal. This is axon terminal, right? Okay. These branches are called dendrites. These, branch like structures are called dendrites. They are multiple in numbers, few hundreds basically, dendrites, right? This is myelin sheath. Myelin sheath, it is a protecting layer which gets nutrition from vitamin B12. All of us must be knowing about this. These are node of Ronbier, right, which speed up neuron or neural information or electrical excitation basically. So this is the basic structure of neuron, right? So if you know about synapse, what is synapse basically? Synapse is synapse is basically junction between two neurons, right? It is a junction, or simply technically speaking, communication between two neurons. So synapse tells how two neurons communicate with each other, and this is not only electrical, but there is chemical also. There, the connection is chemical also. So you can show two neurons like this. Okay, these are basically, okay. So let me show you this like this. Okay, this is called, so basic terminology. This is called, you can say this is called presynaptic neuron. Okay, this is called postsynaptic neuron, and electrical excitation takes place here, right? Electrical excitation, like, okay, this is, okay, so let me tell you, this kind of electrical, just a second, okay, this kind of electrical excitation takes place here. Then what happens, these electrical signals are basically, they are convert, this is called synaptic cleft. Okay, so what is happening, these are electrical signals. These electrical signals are converted into chemical signals, and these particular chemicals again, they are received by this postsynaptic neuron, and again they are converted into electrical signals. This is the basic concept of synapse, and these chemicals are called basically neurotransmitter, right? Neurotransmitter. So depending upon what the again you can see this diagram. So depending upon the synapse, whether it is stronger or it is weaker, connections are formed. These connections between neurons get stronger or others get weaker. Similarly, we have nodes in artificial neural network. We have nodes, and these nodes are particularly assigned weights and with numbers, for example 0 up, from 0 to 1, from 0 to 1. These are the numbers which are assigned to these nodes, and these nodes are basically connected through weights, and depending upon these weights, it does, the connections are stronger or weaker. This is the basic, concept behind natural neural network and artificial neural network, right? So neural network, this natural, this neural network, it is artificial neural network. It is based on the concept of statistical physics. This is based on statistical physics. Sometimes ago, people were also talking why this prize was not given for computer science, why it is given for statistical physics, because it is based on the pattern, right? So it is based on the pattern, and statistical physics tell you how data is processed, through statistical methods, right? How data is processed. There is biophysics, concept of biophysics simply means mathematics, or mathematically how brain works, so how brain works, how electrical signals are there in brains, right? Electrical signals, electrical connections basically, right, in brain. Okay, and mathematics behind it. What is the mathematics? Mathematical basically model. So mathematical model is based on biophysics. And third one is computational physics. So computational physics is what? Computational physics is also there, and in computational physics, how computers, okay, how computers solve complex problems, This is why this year Nobel Prize was given for physics, right? So artificial neural network is basically, it is based on three branch of fundamental physics, and one is statistical physics for pattern, how pattern is recognized, how data is processed, large number of data basically. And then biophysics mean brain circuitry basically, how brain works. And finally computational, computational physics, which is based on how computers solve complex problems, right? So now the question arises, what are the applications? What are the applications of neural network, or so to speak machine learning? There are large many number of applications, and if we start with SIRI, Siri. What is Siri? All of you know, it is virtual assistant voice, recognizing AI tool. So it is virtual assistant based on voice recognition AI tool, right? Recognizing tool. And where it works, it operates on Apple ecosystem, right? So Siri operate on Apple ecosystem. Thereafter, we are using Alexa, Amazon AI, again virtual assistant. So Alexa is also there. Alexa is also virtual assistant, virtual assistant. It is based on basically Amazon, Amazon have created this one, Alexa, Amazon, right? Echo device. Then there is third application, medical imaging. So medical imaging has made it possible early detection of, for example, cancer, medical imaging techniques, everybody knows about them. For example, we have traditional methods like X-rays, we have CT scan, we have MRIs, right? We have, for example, imaging techniques, for example, EMG, EKG, right? EMG is electrocardiogram or ECG, right? We use EEG for brain. There are ultrasounds also. Ultrasounds are also used, but they are time taking also, and they are not very accurate. Yes, they are accurate, but not very accurate like we have AI model. And we have these this day. So let me tell you, for example, we have these medical imaging, for example, radiomics, radiomics. So radiomics are basically advanced, it is based on advanced mathematical, it is based on advanced mathematical analysis. This is AI tool which is used for, medical imaging, right? Okay, medical imaging AI tool. For example, early detection of cancer, early and fast detection, accurate detection of cancer. Okay, this is based on basically it takes data from radiographs, right? So medical imaging, alpha folds. This year Nobel Prize in chemistry is also given for protein structure, and alpha fold is a this company, this is a AI predict, AI mod, AI basically tool, AI tool to predict 3D structure, 3D structure of protein. 3D structure of protein. And for protein structure, 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was also awarded. We'll talk about it some other day. Then for drug delivery, drug delivery, drug delivery system, you know, drug delivery and also discovery system. AI is being used. Biochemistry, extensively AI tools are used in biochemistry these days. Then astronomy also. In astrophysics or astronomy, people are using these advanced tools like for black holes, gravitational waves, dark energy, so on and so forth. Particle physics is also being used, in particle physics, for example, LSC, Large Hadron Collider, particle accelerators, LAC also, these things are used. For climate science, people are using AI tools, climate science, right? For climate, environmental science. Then self-driving cars, and there are many more applications, right? Self-driving cars. So this is assignment for you. You guys can get other applications of AI tools, right? So I don't want to leave large language models which we are using these days. So large language models are generative AI tools basically. Okay? Large language models, they are called LLM. And based on large language model LLM, there are generative AI tools. All of you must be using them these days. For example, OpenAI ChatGPT. Okay, recently they also, invented something is called Sora for 1 minute video, AI generated video, Sora, which is a Japanese word, Sora. Then there is, Gemini. There are many more, right? So I am giving few only. So Gemini, Google's Gemini, there is Pi, there is Claude. There are so many generative tools, which can create new content from from the data they have, right? For example, images, videos, they can mimic musics, they can get audio and so many things, right? So having said that, there are many number of applications of these machine learning tools, AI tools, but there are dangers also, right? So dangers, for example, first danger of AI is privacy concern. Privacy concern. Okay. So if you were to talk about privacy concern, so privacy concerns, because these days we have large amount of personal data we are feeding computers, right? Personal data over social networking sites, for example. So there are non-public informations also. Non-public use informations are also available, and with the help of right? So I am writing INF for informations, and with the help of these AI tools, people can have access of these information, right? So second, let me first note down. For example, there is ethical dilemma also. So there is no ethical things with ethical dilemmas. Okay. So ethical dilemma with AI tools. Then there is lack of transparency. Lack of transparency. Lack of transparency. Okay. Then it comes with some biases and discriminations, inbuilt discriminations, right? So AI has biases and discrimination also. Discriminations, right? It has inbuilt discrimination. Security risk. AI comes with some kind of security risk because there is no legal or any regulatory mechanism, right? So lack of legal or regulatory mechanism. So there is no mechanism so far mechanism, right? So mechanism. it comes with misinformation and manipulation also. So there are many dangers, including misinformations. You don't know which information is correct and which is not correct. Misinformation, and therefore misinformation and potential of manipulation, right? Large potential of manipulation. People can be manipulated, data can be manipulated, so on and so forth, right? So apart from this, Professor Geoffrey Hinton. So let me tell you, and with the final words, Professor Geoffrey Hinton, Professor Geoffrey Hinton. Professor Geoffrey Hinton is also known as Godfather of AI. He is known as Godfather of artificial intelligence. And in recent interview, he said that there are very far dangerous, dangers with artificial intelligence, and particularly existential crisis. Existential crisis, right? Existential crisis simply means these AI machines, over the period of time, they will get much smarter. They will get much smarter than us, and it will be very difficult for us to control them. They'll be much smarter over a period of time, over say some 20 years down the line, right? Over a period of time. Over a period of time. And as they can be robot soldiers. For example, in this particular diagram, what I want to depict, there could be robot soldiers also, right? Which can be dangerous, which can be lethal. They could be, they are mass murderer also, right? So these are challenges with our dangerous and very far dangerous AI, AI tools, right? So we wind up this video today. I think you like this video, and so if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so very much. We'll get back with another video. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.